With last left Titan companies, they'd finally made their way up to the base of this mountain range. They found the two peaks that met together, and this long, sloping, 45-degree angle, loose rock mountainside. The party was on their way to find Dessatyso's tower, his stronghold, to gain the information therein. Because for the last 3 sessions, my apologies, Titan Company's been on this weird information gathering kind of like back and forth, like the best of fetch quests. Just kind of trying to get the information to lead them where they're supposed to go. And every turn it seems like the fates are like, nah fam, you gotta do more. The life of an adventurer. Going up this slope was not the easiest task. It kept falling out from under them. Several party members almost died. But our players have some sort of ability to keep passing all their saves. Cheaters. Yeah. So,
I didn't pass any saves practically, so...
But by being smart and tying themselves up together, they kind of mitigated the risk of someone falling, which is, when a party works well together.
Although, if we would have tied ourselves together, with one leader, so we would have been screwed.
So the party had gotten to the top, but not before being attacked by giants throwing rocks.
They didn't stand a chance.
Fledge had turned into a giant bee. The party members were able to get to the top.
Only because we passed our saves.
And then they killed one of the hill giants, because these were hill giants, remember. They killed one of the hill giants with a whole bunch of giant spiders, which is terrifying. And the other one was running away, got frozen in place.
That's got shot to death.
And then they got shot to death. So the 2 hill giants are already dead. And that is where we last ended.
And I think
We did spot a mountain giant watching
Sybil saw a
us.
mountain giant 1,000 feet up at the top of the mountain, peeking over the edge.
I also got sprayed by a skunk.
You did. That was earlier in the session. Yes, that was pretty good.
That was hilarious.
You now claim the title of only person in Bob's DMing history to ever be sprayed by a skunk.
Yeah, because the
Good for
session
you.
started
Hell
with
yeah.
the
You gained 10
party,
experience.
the party
Putting that
gathered
under
around
title.
town. Then we went to the 2 different stages.
Yep.
The first one led to the second one. You got the bug serial killer.
Oh yeah,
And
good thing
then-
I didn't go there.
And you got Petrus, which is the super old
Petra
guy.
and Operans. Okay, so let's set the stage once again so we can all remember where we're at. You had gotten the top of that, and then the party decided that if they ever go back down up, they don't want it falling apart. So they blew it up. So that mountain slide avalanched down.
Which, do we really know if that made it better or worse?
Well, now there's just like bare stone and then a giant collection of gravel and rock at the bottom. So if you go down, it's going to be a fall, but at least you know you're going to fall. You won't have to go down the
If how
sills.
much time would it take? We could always take time
Yeah.
and stake out some ropes and send them down so that we have ropes to climb down that.
Right.
Your threat of avalanche now going back down is less than 10%.
Well, that's good.
Whereas before it was 35%. So you're standing where the land flattens out, and there's big, craggy boulders and rocks and reddish gray earth and stone. Not a lot of vegetation. And up ahead, you can see the stronghold that belonged to Dessatyso, or belonged to Dessatyso, which is a name that I will butcher many
I
times
don't know
during
how you
this.
pronounce it.
Dessatyso. Dessatin and Tyson chicken.
And you can see from here the tower, the stronghold, whatever you call it, the large stone building is in disrepair. There are holes in it, even visible from here. Large weeds out front that you can clearly see.
That's where the hill giant
the
female
building-
was a.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying that's where she was running back to, correct? When she was
It
trying to get away
seemed
from
like
Dennis.
that.
Okay.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
is it obvious that that's the tower we're looking for, or is that just a stone building?
Well, you followed the directions you were given,
Right.
and it was
Not-
supposedly a large stone building with a tower attached to it. That is a large stone building with a tower attached to it.
So the chances
Okay.
there's another one around here in
Are
this
slim to
area
none.
are slim. to
This
none.
area is dead. There's no.
So
you
that's-
haven't seen the other buildings.
That is most definitely where we needed to be.
And you can see way up this mountain because it's butted into the mountain. Like this building is built into it.
Yeah, you're in a mountain valley, a
Yeah.
small mountain valley. And it's worth noting also that no one has seen Dessatyso in at least 30, 40 years.
Mhm.
I remember that. Yeah.
But all the way up this mountain, you can see almost like an open cave face.
Yeah,
Way up
that's
top?
where you saw the mountain
Yeah.
giant.
I mean, to a height where if you were up there and you fell, there's no saves.
It's right below the peak of the mountain.
Yeah.
Just right below.
And when Dessatyso went disappearing, he was looking into that weird hungering god creature, or that hungering
Devourer.
devourer creature we saw.
Yeah.
It hints of.
That's
Okay.
what Petrus could figure out.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So, the party really only has 2 directions to go. They can go back down the mountain, or they can go forward.
Why would we go back down the mountain?
Lucinda's already walking forward.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
I'm right behind.
I'll follow. Because, yeah, that's where we're supposed to be heading.
She slings her bow back into her back.
It's not collapsible.
I
It
do
is.
praise her for her skills in
She,
combat.
she gives a smile, because she was using that bow with no proficiency.
She's just winging it.
Yeah, she's just winging
She's
it.
I'm so proud.
freaking badass where she is.
In fact, she looks over in Sybil's direction as she puts the collapsible bow away, and like gives you like this like head nod, this respectful kind of soldier to soldier, like thank you.
Yes. So this must be the place.
Finally, somebody use your.
Yeah, right. Finally.
It seems that,
They know we're coming. Cormac says, "We're gonna walk right into a trap."
well, it's our only option. At least we're prepared for it.
Remember to use your brains, everyone. Think.
I should. Actually, hold on a moment.
There we go. Works.
Well,
Wait a minute.
I was already thinking about this, but you just reminded me to bring it up. Actually, I think we should possibly do some scouting before we actually get in there.
What a brilliant.
And then it happens, because it happens on the roll of a dice. Sometimes it doesn't say anything, and sometimes it does. But deep down inside, Fledge has a voice. A
Oh.
voice of ancient wisdom. A voice that sometimes can tell Fledge the meaning of the universe. Hence Fledge's magical +1 to wisdom. And the voice says, "But Fledge knew that up ahead was perilous danger, and to be caught alone would be certain death."
You know what that is? That's future Fledge.
That's future
Future Fledge. When Fledge becomes a chronomancer, he
Goes back in time, like
just gives
it's
him a
thoughts
little
in your
bit-
head, like randomly.
So,
just to stop Sybil from dying.
And
so
then you
my
book
God.
3.
Book 3.
Horrible.
Yeah, actually.
So, Fledge, that voice emanates in the back of your skull.
So I scratched up and think about it, and I still mentioned to Lucinda about how still want some periphery examination. At the very least, maybe I can either turn into a very small creature, or invisibility of some manner. It really.
You're down to one transformation.
I can.
Because it,
Combat that
'cause now
combat
the-
happened.
yeah.
Lucinda puts her hand up to you, Gabby, and she says, "No, I don't want to separate that much." She goes, "I'd be more okay with you turning into something small, like
That's what I was
don't
thinking.
know, a wasp or something. You like turning into bees, right?" And she says it this way, like she doesn't know
Well,
what
the
you're
problem
talking
is bees are loud.
about. Right. She
Well-
says, "But I want you to stay close to us."
Okay, I see. If we are all going to be going in there anyway, that is fine. We can just stick together. My only thought was potentially the idea of someone staking it out, but if that is too dangerous, which it might be, then we might as well just go all together anyway.
I don't think we should go alone.
Well, they're not all charging us, and they have to know that we're here.
No, they're surely waiting.
I
Cormac
wish
goes,
I...
Well, they're probably setting their traps. Tora, you go first.
Of course.
Cormac
This is the
says.
best idea.
Just run in there, spells flailing.
I have a spell that could tell us how many enemies, at least breathing enemies, are in there. But I would,
That's a good
at
idea.
best, need Sybil if he has his spell that lets us rest for only an hour and get our abilities back.
No.
But I don't know that we have that time.
Lucinda continues on. No, we need to keep going. At this point, they already know we're here. The more time we give them to prepare, the worse it's going to be.
Yeah.
Charge.
Also, Ash is down 8 hit points still. Did you get healed? No? I don't remember any healing. So you're down
Nope,
8,
I'm down to 8 hit points.
and Cormac is down 7. Okay.
Well, this is one of those times where the voice in the head just fucked me up.
So,
Do you mean I shouldn't
As I
scout
feel-
it? Do you mean no one should
Well,
go
the problem
in there?
is the Fledge doesn't get to control the ultimate voice.
No,
of
so
wisdom.
that lowered my wisdom basically. Like that was horrible because now I don't know what's the good choice to make.
as I feel right now, I believe staying together would be the best plan. If you feel we have even 5 minutes to let someone scout this out,
We're deciding whether or not we're gonna scout it out.
they would have to be very good at not being seen.
That's Fledge.
I can afford to do that.
Very good.
Then go now.
Very well.
And we're gonna start walking towards the base of this building.
Just be
I need you
fast.
back with us by the time we reach it.
Fledge, what's
Which
your
means you
dex?
have maybe like 6 minutes.
My dex is 16.
The last sentence was the DM speaking.
Oh, okay.
You don't have a lot of time, but you can move really fast if you're like a small bug, like a fly or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was
it could
thinking
be.
I could cat's grace him too, so he has a little bit better AC.
I mean, I'm gonna have the
Or
AC of a fly
save
no
it.
matter what, basically.
When Fledge is that small, his
Yeah,
hide and
doesn't-
silent is 95%.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Then it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
so
no,
I'll
it's-
save it.
Okay.
Fledge is super sneaky.
So Fledge will go with his original idea, which is I'm gonna turn into a bug, see if I can get a glimpse of what's in there, and tell them before they have to charge in.
What kind of bug?
A fly, a silent flyer.
A little tiny fly.
And with that, Fledge,
And
zip, and he just kind of, and he becomes a little fly. Since Fledge's changing takes always the same amount of time, the smaller thing he turns into, the faster it happens. To where if he turns something big, it's like a slow, almost grotesque change. If it's something small, he almost kind of like just blinks into it.
Disappears.
That's the way that magic works sometimes. So also he's gone, because you lose track of him as soon as he becomes a fly. Cold wind sweeps off the mountains and takes all the tall grass. So there's all this rock, and up towards the front of the building, there's actually cobblestone and loose rock. And these weeds and grass grow out, and they're like chest high to the humanoid characters.
Yeah, this is some old weeds. This place hasn't been tended to.
Alright.
Big broken pieces of the building have like small saplings growing out of them and moss and stuff.
Yeah, also, just so you guys know, there's one large hole on the top of the tower, and then a couple smaller holes just on the building part. So there's about 3 holes that you can see covered to it.
The party now as a unit is moving towards the building, except for Fledge, who is a fly. We're going to move on to Fledge because he's ahead. He goes zooming through all the tall grass towards the building.
Yeah, I'm gonna go through the door and I'm gonna try and stick to the roof. Like I'm not just gonna be flying around as a fly in the room. I'm gonna be like sticking to the high as I can be in the room and looking down.
So you get towards the front door.
You're
So
literally a fly on the wall.
Totally.
So the building, it has like it has 4 sections. There's like if you're facing this way, there's like a smaller over here, what looks to be like the main area of the building, another area of it, and then a tower to the right. You head towards the main front doors?
That's where the party's gonna be entering, right?
Yes.
Okay. That's where I'm looking out for, like, if there's 3 ogres with ballistas waiting for
So
us.
these large black iron double doors, they sit closed. Just these huge black doors. Now you're a fly. I don't see a reason why you can't get in there. Especially the way-
There's no hole in the ceiling on that part of the building,
Mhm.
but yeah, you can get through the cracks under the door.
Yeah.
You would already hear at the door, though, lots of loud jeering and some like shuffling and colliding with things.
Okay.
So this fly, we are now looking through the eyes of a fly as it makes the way to the large black giant iron double doors.
Can I get book 3, please?
The fly lands on the door and crawls up to the keyhole, crawling inside. The fly passes by the tumblers and locks in the keyhole, but those are not locked, Fledge. The door isn't locked. But as you come out the other side of the lock, you immediately you're as a fly, you're standing on a huge wooden beam that's been used to bar the door shut
Oh,
from the inside. So no amount of lock picking would open this door now.
I actually need 2.
Oh,
Oh, we have a core
Looks like that's the one he's using.
where do you want me to?
right?
So this is a large foyer building. Approximately. Oh, that's just the door. Do you have a size over there? Right?
Yeah, it would be 60 feet wide by about 80 feet deep.
In the middle of the room is a large fountain. You can see from here that there's kind of a brownish water still flowing through the fountain. All around the room, destroyed furniture, debris. There's a couple braziers set up with fire going in them. What immediately catches your eye beyond all the destruction, though, is there are 10 large ogres in this room. Heavily armed and armored ogres. They're in hides with some metal strapped to them. They all have large clubs that are reinforced with metal rivets. And the ogres are kind of just milling about the room. A few of them are wrestling, beating the shit out of each other. Some of them are drinking over at a small table. But just kind of a bunch of ogres milling about this room.
They barely fit in this room. I mean, that many ogres, they really do fit, but my measurements, which is what 60 by 80, that's not really big for 10 ogres.
It's cramped.
It's cramped for them to be in there.
And you can tell because they're ogres, so they're like bumping into each other. And like one of them like kind of like growl at the other one or say something and like push him. They're obviously being held together by some sort of leadership because this many ogres will not stay in this confined space and get along.
And for
Exactly.
ogres, they look well fed and clean for ogres.
No, and then they're given like some sort of armor.
Well, in fact, one looks like he's had his hair cut at some point. He's wearing like an ogre like flat top. Your little fly eyes spy that this fountain filled liquid reflector actually has a stone sign on the top of it that says "Drink here and be replenished."
And then there's 3 doors. There are 3 doors in the room. One directly to your right as you're coming in, and then one across from the entryway, and then right next to that on the left-hand side. Across.
How much time do I have left?
What do you mean? How much time? do
You
have?
have to fly back around and look to see where they're coming from.
Oh, for the party.
Yeah. So every action you take is decreasing your time. So you can gamble and you have time left and go look, or you can go back and check.
If you went back and checked, you still would have some time left. If you...
He's got 95% move silently and hide, so I'm rolling.
Oh, fair enough.
I can roll 5%.
You still definitely got time to check a couple rooms, unless something slows you down.
Okay, I'll.
Gives you a 5 or above.
No, below.
You're flying around the room.
Okay.
He doesn't really see you, but one of the ogres does go, "Mrrr," and he kind of like swats his hand because there's a fly in here, right? Missing you by, I think, like a foot. But they do know there's a fly in the room. Not like they've all focused on it, but you know, he just kind of. You have to remember that even when you're a bug, you're still a bug. People see a spider sometimes, they want to smash it.
That's what I do most of the time. Not anymore.
The wind of the ogre's swing makes you go.
I'm gonna. I think the best way to conserve time and play it safe is I'm gonna go. Basically, I'm gonna do a 360 around the far edges of the room, see what the doors are, see if those doors are also barred or anything like noticeable about that, and make sure there's only 10 ogres, and then fly back around to the main doors. Think it
There are
out.
3 solid oaken doors, and if you want to like look inside the.
You go in the keyhole.
Yeah. Do you do that?
Sure.
None of them are locked.
Sure.
Yep.
It would be terrible if you went through the door and find out the key was still in the lock.
Right.
Trapped.
Yeah, I guess as I'm going around, I'll quickly check each keyhole for
Yeah.
those 3 other passageways, and then come back.
It takes some time.
Yeah.
You just that's all you do.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you'll get back definitely in time.
Okay.
Oh, when I.
Do you want to leave after that? That's what I meant.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm like getting like confused on the progression. Okay, because I was saying I go to those 3 other doors and I check the keyhole to see what's on the other side of the doors.
Right. You got a few minutes left.
Okay, and then I'll just head back.
So, like Bryce had said, of the 3 doors, they're not locked. Right. When you had jumped in the keyhole, you didn't go like through. You jumped in the keyhole to look through. The one on the left looked like a small room, but you didn't like go into each room. You used the keyhole to check through, right?
Yeah.
Okay. The one across from the well, directly across from the well, looked like a room that used to have a whole bunch of like tapestries and stuff in it, but they seem to have all been torn down. I'm only giving you partial descriptions because, like I said, you only took like a short.
That room's
Look.
pretty small. You'd be able to see that in that room looks like there's a cavernous opening. Around the shoulder.
Okay.
And then the other one, the last door on the right, which is the closest door to the front door of the building. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
We will be drawing this map out as we go once
Yeah.
the party's actually there. This room looks like someone blew it up.
Okay.
There's like blast marks and debris, and it almost looks like it might be completely empty. But then again, you're kind of doing like a look, move. Look,
Which means there's a
move.
Baylor in there, probably.
Well, yeah, there's 7 Baylors.
They're miniature. They're like little tiny 6-inch
Right.
Okay. All right. Inside the fly's mind, deep down inside the recesses, a voice. The voice of Fleecher Fledge, possibly. Fledge knew it was time to go. They may have spotted him. And as the voice says that, your little fly eyes, your multifaceted eyes turn and look, and there's one ogre one ogre, like looking across the room, and he goes, "Hey!" When he hits another ogre, he goes, "Look at that!"
There's not supposed to be flies out here.
He goes, "That fly's going in all the keyholes. That's kind of weird."
That's an intelligent ogre.
He's not gonna sell 8.
And he goes, "That might be a and he starts slapping the ogre, and the ogre goes, "What?" And he goes, "You know,
I'm already booking it. Yeah.
And at this point, Flex is gone. And they start having this discussion. How on earth? What the chances are that this ogre noticed a single fly going all keyholes, and why that bothered him? Well, that's the gods of the dice. But you're able to leave because I missed by 1%. And they're dumb. And you're able to leave while the two ogres begin to fight about what he can't remember.
If it was a bunch of mercenaries, they would have walked over and just slapped each other.
And as you leave, the last thing you see, these two ogres start to slap each other because they can't remember what he's trying to say.
Take 4 damage.
Yeah, I get back. I'm guessing right as everyone's getting up to the door.
Do you change back?
I mean, there's no reason not to.
Okay.
So you can change it back. You can't polymorph.
I can't polymorph anymore today.
Okay.
Because, I can't help the party fight this if I'm a fly.
Okay. So, party members, you're getting closer. And then Fledge kind of goes, he's just there.
It drops there.
Drop a couple inches on the ground.
Does he comes back with clothes on, right?
Yeah, and basically it's magic, so I'm basically and I just
This time.
so get
That's
right next
actually
to
when he's a fly, he's got the same clothes on, just like a little.
I have little robes. That's great.
That's beautiful.
Lucinda says, well. She doesn't even give you time to say anything before she's like, well.
Oh yeah, I'm literally getting up and I'm saying in a voice that's kind of quiet, so potentially nothing on the other side could hear me. Is 10 ogres. They are armed and fed. They look like they're here for some sort of other. Someone has them here on purpose. They're not just wild caged ogres. There's 3 rooms around that room. I see nothing else there, nothing else, other ogres, nothing to help them, and they're not waiting for us. They're guards, but they don't look like they have any reason to suspect someone's outside right now.
The door was barred.
The door was barred though, not locked.
Only telling you that because Fledge remembered to say that. So.
Yeah.
Oh, I was
Yeah.
gonna get to that.
Yeah. Just want to make sure you.
So they're not waiting for us, but I'm sure they will quickly get ready.
For some reason, I feel like Cormac's large enough to just smash the door anyways.
Well, that's not the important.
You would just
That'll
lose
give
the
away
others.
our position.
I mean, I know that. Yeah, no, I'm not saying we should. I feel like that's a thing.
Cormac's stronger than those ogres.
I know.
We should,
A little bit.
It's
we should
disgusting.
maybe wait until they,
Go to sleep.
yeah, or try to figure out if something's wrong because
Remember
that gives
what-
us time.
Oh, that wasn't us. Never mind.
They're not setting traps. They're just hanging out. What are they doing?
They're just wasting time. Like I said,
Yeah.
here's their guards, but they clearly have not noticed that we're here yet.
So that gives
Cormac
us time
says,
to come up with a plan.
after Gabby finishes, Cormac says, well, I can open the door.
We know.
He gives a half smile. Lucinda's doing her thing where she plays with her non-existent beard, which she definitely does not have, but she likes to rub her chin. It's a habit she picked up somewhere. She goes, I don't want to lose our element of surprise. The longer we wait, there was one giant that saw us. It's going to tell somebody. I don't know how the information hasn't got to the ogres first.
That was very long ago.
So I say, we're not going to wait.
I mean, we have flammable fluid, right? Why don't we just pour some under the door and light it on fire?
Pepper. I also have.
I still have pouches of pepper as well.
I have.
Two of the characters begin to talk about the different
I also
items and things they have they
2
can use.
pouches of flour.
Ooh, I also have the pouch flour.
Yeah, the DM saw this coming, so we knew this was gonna happen.
There's
Flour,
always
yeah.
Anthony. Yeah,
I
I
wrote
mean,
the notes for
they're
the floweries.
they're just ogres. I shouldn't say they're just ogres, but they are ogres. So why not pour something flammable under the door and then just light it?
Because we're looking for something, and we don't know if it's in that room under a table. and
Also,
we
what
burn
did they
it.
say about the thing in the middle?
Oh, there's a fountain in the middle that says, please drink here for rejuvenation? Refreshment. They had a big drinking. I don't think the water was clean, though. Didn't look like it.
She
That
says,
sounds suspicious.
she says, no, we will hit before we lose. 10 ogres is till 10 ogres.
Yeah.
She says, and if it's, what's the size of the room roughly?
I give her the rough dimension of 60 by
She
80.
goes, it's going to be crammed. Because we'll do better fighting them if we can keep them all in one area. We go in fast and hard. The strong frontline fighters will keep a wall up. Spellcasters will try to use any area effect or anything they have that can hit more of them at once.
We should also keep in consideration, they are ogres, but I think they're a little bit smarter than the average one. They almost caught me.
They definitely look healthy in here.
They are definitely being controlled by someone way smarter than just an ogre.
Okay. Be ready.
So don't doubt me.
You have to totally go in.
Oh shit, I'll check my contacts. I can't see. I'm like, oh wait.
Okay.
Well, let me see what that neighbor's like.
So,
Alright.
the scene is paused while you guys think for just a few moments about what you want to do, because the DM has to urinate.
How about you draw out the room, Nick? So we just need the one room right now.
Okay, so was it 60 by 80?
60 by 80, and there's like a 15-foot across fountain right in the middle of it.
Okay.
And then just add some random like furniture, like a table.
If I start blessing
Artist's
us,
discretion.
how
So,
do you think that'll go? Do you think
Who
we'll
in
be
the
sleep
party has
or
the worst
nervous?
AC also?
Well, if you do
I have
it
one.
far enough away, an
I have
ogre's
one.
not gonna. Ogre doesn't have any magical reason to
Ash, what's your AC?
I mean,
it's 3 at the moment.
what are you asking? If you did like right
What
at
are
the
you,
door,
fighter
would they
cleric?
notice? That's
I mean,
the
that right
Barbarian
before we were
there?
gonna go in, but
Fighter cleric, basically. Okay.
Bless
just,
is
like,
like, you don't
as
have-
we were going up.
You don't have to like
Oh,
spray.
Alicia, I think we need to borrow your
Just
pen
keep in
here.
mind the duration.
They're all.
Ah, there it was. Alicia, I think we need your markers again.
I have a.
What's Cormac's
Or-
AC?
You already have markers?
I
I
have been
got markers
dropping
here.
like 3 spells before I get up there.
I can give.
civil shit.
What if we like
Cormac's
funnel
AC is
them
1.
out?
Okay.
How big is the door?
The door's like 15 feet wide.
We
Gabby's
could
AC?
funnel them out and fight them one at a time,
Oh god.
unless they have range and can
That was
fire
kind of her
over.
plan, yeah. Is that if we like
Yeah.
open the door and they're stuck in there and we
Yeah.
have a wall?
10 feet wide.
Evie thinks that's an amazing idea.
It's
Jesus
a very
Christ.
tall door.
So Ash has
do
the
this,
worst AC in the party
Nick.
at 3.
Start this way, more
That's
towards
only when I'm
Sierra,
using my
so I can
phone.
draw more rooms on.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Are we
Here we
doing
go.
the camera thing?
Oh yes.
3, 4, 5, 6.
I can't see. I
Did
don't
you
know
say
where my
Bryce, the
glasses
door was
are.
10 foot across?
Actually, so
Yeah.
15.
No,
Let me get out of the way.
Oh,
No, 50 feet high. Too late.
gotcha.
Jay falls over, dies. Lights on fire. On fire, lights on fire again.
Because I'm
Like
anxious about rubbing off the ink.
What did you do? What is
Fire!
this?
On fire!
30,
Fire!
35,
What? Why are you hating on me?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Oh shit, no, it needs to be 60 by 80. Fuck.
Stop it.
She like just people's elbows.
40,
Oh!
50.
Okay.
Okay.
Throwing some sort of blast or something?
30,
Yes.
40,
I was gonna do recitation,
Well, we can make
prayer,
one.
and enchantment.
50.
Yeah, that'd be one.
You're thinking ahead for the
3
giants, right?
spells all at once?
Yeah.
You said
I'm
Flag,
not
you
really
said your
thinking.
AC is 1 also?
Yeah.
I feel like there's another. Lucinda, what's Lucinda's AC?
Are you looking for someone to give your
So plus,
stone skin?
-3?
3 to.
I'm not looking for somebody to give to stone. No, I'm gonna catch grace somebody.
Oh.
But I almost feel like I should give it to Gabby so that she can hit with her bow better.
Recitation give you a plus
Don't
2.
I mean,
hit with my bow better.
She needs like
I'm
3s to
okay.
hit.
I know, right?
Like, I'll probably have to, like, not
You
fumble.
probably want Cormac's AC lower, or whoever's fighting front.
Well, what I was gonna
That's what I was
do
thinking.
is I was gonna target. I'm gonna give Cormac my stone skin. I think.
I'd give it to Lucinda. Cormac's got more hit points. He can
But
take more
Cormac
hits.
has no like shield. He has a worse AC, and he's supposed to be the tank.
His AC's still 1.
So is most of the parties. I'm talking.
Yeah.
Well, we're talking about fighting ogres here. Is what I was
It's
trying to
true.
think.
I see what Nick's
Stone
saying.
Skin, Edgar.
I see what Nick's saying because Lucinda can go like full defensive, and then she's like -5, -7.
If Cormac's got stone skin, he can be a whirling dervish and not have to worry about dying because of it, and
Can
really
funnel
do
ski
damage.
blast?
Yeah, because I think Lucinda can go like
I
-80
mean, like,
AC.
depending on where the ogres are placed, I can just drop a lightning bolt in there and electrocute the fuck out of all of them.
Also, don't want to DM note just being helpful because teammates. You don't want to burn up all your spells.
Oh yeah, no, I know.
Why do you gotta say that, Robert? I was really thinking like, let them waste their spells.
Sorry.
They
See,
always do
the cool thing
stuff.
about the code DMing is that you got the good cop and the bad cop.
Yeah. I was gonna let them do it.
Oh, good. Used up all your spells. You've completed.
Here's the
3%
real
of the dungeon.
No, so I mean, like, honestly, Alicia, yeah, any target for Stones is a good target, but, like,
Yeah.
Is
No,
that a
it's
spell you
fucking-
can continuously cast, or is it a potion, or what do you use? Well, he just has one. He has memorize.
I have a
Okay.
Druid's
Okay.
version of Stone Skin as my
Cool.
4th level slot, yeah, basically.
It's the same as a wizard spell.
Nice. Yeah, that'd be effective.
Yeah, because I was thinking, because Lucinda can hold the line, Cormac can be a train through the line. Like,
So
would happily
you
accept
you
the Stone
stone skin Cormac, I'll cat's grace Lucinda.
And,
That's what I was
Stone Skin
thinking,
lasts
something like
long
that.
enough, But even if
like,
they win the combat,
she still gets better
sunrise,
AC.
she'll still-
Lucinda's got fighter levels, right?
Yeah, she's like a level 8 or 9 fighter.
No, I'm just checking because I can give her the higher of the two. So
Lovely.
like, rogues only get a D6 for dex, but fighters get a D8.
Yeah, Lucinda's a level 9 rogue, level 8 fighter.
Oh,
I mean,
Lucinda got 7 dex.
Well, it maxes out at 20.
It does max out at 20, but I'm pretty sure that means she has a 20 dex now.
Yep. Which makes your AC -6.
What is it?
-3.
What's your deck?
-2, so it'd go to -5.
Yeah.
I wonder if that
more.
requires
Wait, what's
20s to hit.
Cat's Grace give you?
It gives you additional dex.
Oh, I already have an 18 dex.
I can
It
give you
could
a
go
20
up to
dex
20.
though.
And it's already been done.